Hello and welcome. It's Jen from drjenbasir.com. And today I want to give you a little more insight into healing from trauma, especially when it may seem like you don't need to do any of that healing for yourself. And the experience that you may have where you release things or you have emotions or memories that come up for you that you know are not yours. When we go through different experiences in life, whether they are traumatic or joyful, all of the things that we experience have the potential to be passed on to future generations. The belief with our genetics and in the world of science used to be that our genes are fixed. So, for example, let's say that you have a family history of cardiovascular disease. All of your ancestors that you know of get high blood pressure, high cholesterol, they have strokes, that kind of thing. The belief used to be that there wasn't very much that you could do to change that pattern for yourself. Sure, you could eat a better diet and you can exercise and the doctors might put you on some medications, but the thought was you've got this from your ancestors and your family line and you're just stuck with it. Well, now we have a much better understanding of these things and we realize that this is not the case. There is a beautiful aspect of science called epigenetics. And epigenetics basically tells us that it is possible through our choices that we make in our lifetime to change our DNA and alter what is expressed in our bodies through what we have received from the generations before us and what we will then pass on to those that come after us. We have a much better understanding now scientifically of how our actions and the things that we experience in our lifetimes are related to not only our children, but our grandchildren and other generations that come after us, and again, those that came before us. So when you undertake any sort of healing process, it's an empowering thing for you to realize that you're not only healing yourself, you're healing your generational line. We are all connected very strongly to our family members. We're all connected to each other, but that connection with our families is even stronger. And so you may not have grown up in a household where you experienced abuse or trauma, but maybe generations before you had that pattern. And now that pattern has slowly been changing. Those types of emotions or memories or things that you attract into your life, some of those patterns associated with addiction or abuse may still be present in your life, even though you did not experience it in your household, because the generations before you still contained that information in their DNA and within their emotions and within their consciousness, and it has been passed down to you. So if you find yourself dealing with things in your life that don't maybe seem to make a lot of sense in terms of where they've come from, if you just look at your parents and their history, go back further into lines of your generations and see what type of experiences your family members had in their lives. That can have a direct impact on the things that you experience in your own life. And the beauty of this is that you can choose to break those patterns. Just because you grew up in a household that had certain patterns or certain habits does not mean that you are destined to spend your life the same way. So you have the ability to choose. You also, when you undertake any sort of healing process, especially like the work to release your trapped emotions, you can release these things not only from yourself, but you release things that you have trapped from those that have gone before you. And when you do this, you then essentially free the generations that come after you. I've had experiences for myself and with my clients where memories will come up that are not ours. I have had memories come up that I know for a fact I have never experienced these things in my life. And I do not believe in reincarnation. I believe that these memories are not from a past life experience of mine, but they are memories that have been passed down from generation to generation, that have become encoded in my family's DNA, in our genetics, in our emotional being, and in our collective consciousness, that have now come down to me. And when they come to my awareness, I now have the blessing of being able to heal that wound that is still remaining in those who have gone before me. So as you undertake this process of healing, realize that, number one, you may be experiencing patterns or habits or situations in your life, and you're not sure where they're coming from. And it may be, if you looked at your generations before you, that there are things that they have experienced and they have not healed from. You may also have emotions and memories that come to you and that come up that are not yours, that you have not experienced or generated in your own lifetime. But these things can come from those that have gone before you. But the blessing again is that when you release and heal these things, you heal everyone in both directions in your family line. So I would encourage you to continue to move forward, to continue to explore and discover what you can find that you can heal within yourself, and use that opportunity to heal your family as well. Anytime that we make better choices for ourselves, those choices impact not only us and our friends, but they also impact our families and what happens for them generations to come down the line. Keep going on your healing journey. Keep putting forth the time and the efforts that you're putting into this wonderful work that you're doing, and see the benefits cascade down the line within your own family. As always, thanks so much for listening. Have a great day, and I'll see you here next time.